You're always the most beautiful woman in the room.
I like the hat.
Would you like to come visit me this Sunday?
Yes, I would.
You went away with her, right? What happened?
You're in a trance!
I'm wide awake. I've never been more awake in my life. Why don't you leave me alone?
Carol is set in the early 1950s, and it follows the unexpected love affair between two women of different ages and different social settings.
I think it's a very beautiful story about forbidden love and what that meant for two people's hearts.
Everyone can have a reaction to it because most people, hopefully, have experienced love in their lives.
It originates from a Patricia Highsmith novel called The Price of Salt originally, and then renamed Carol, about Therese, a young woman who is in the process of finding out who she is, really, and sort of idolizes and then falls in love with a woman called Carol Aird, who I play, who's in the process of getting divorced, has a young child, and obviously because it's set in the 50s, it's incredibly difficult terrain for the two women to connect and ultimately to consummate and live with their love.
Most of Patricia Highsmith's novels are about sort of the criminal mind, and this is her only novel that's not about the criminal mind, it's about the amorous mind.
What a strange girl you are.
Why?
Flung out of space.
And so crime and the whole sense of this love being an illicit love lurks through the story.
Tell me you know what you're doing.
I don't. I never did.
I thought it was a really beautiful coming-of-age story. They're both at very different points in their lives, but they both are deciding what kind of women they want to be, what kind of lives they want to have, and they're both deciding whether or not they're going to live by their truth.
I should have said no to you, but I never say no. And it's selfish because I just take everything and I don't know anything and I don't know what I want. How could I when all I ever do is say yes to everything?
She didn't even know that what she felt for Carol was love because she was a woman. She had no experience of that. So you witness someone almost learning how to walk. And the interesting thing about the balance of the screenplay is that just when Therese starts to reform herself in a mature way, it's when Carol starts to come apart and really needs Therese, but Therese starts to be the one who's remote. It's a terrible moment where you think that they're going to just circle one another and keep missing one another. I mean, that's what makes the film truly deeply romantic, I think.
Generally, in these coming-of-age tales, women are defined by the way that men look at them.
So you get her back safe and sound?
And this was an opportunity to explore here a young woman who didn't see the world through the eyes of men.
But above all other things, it is a very simple story about how it feels to fall in love.
Carol is certainly a film about a love affair between two women, but I also think it's about the radicality of love to begin with. You see how love, on the one hand, can open us up, and then it can shut us down. And we, in some ways, are never the same.